Have you ever wondered about the color of time? What shade is the memory of the earth? What does a trace left by millennia look like? In the Ajanta caves, where frescoes preserve the movement of dancers gone for 2,000 years, beneath layers of dust and reverence, lies a faint, barely noticeable golden tint. It hasn't faded, it hasn't surrendered to the darkness. It's turmeric, the artist's first stroke, the ritual preparation of the wall before creating a sanctuary. It was the first thing to touch the stone, the first attempt at a dialogue with eternity. That is the essence. Turmeric has always been the first dye, the first blessing, the first medicine, the first taste of life that comes after sorrow. It is the prologue to everything. Part 1. The birth of gold. Earth and root. Imagine rain, not autumnal, drizzly rain, but that powerful, tropical downpour that beats the earth like millions of beads. It washes the air clean, liberating scents. It smells of damp soil, rotting leaves, flowers, and something sharp, warm, alive. This is the breath of the turmeric root, hidden in the rich, black earth. It doesn't just grow, it accumulates. The midwife of this gold is darkness itself. Months spent in absolute, saturated darkness, beneath a blanket of humus. There, where no rays penetrate, alchemy occurs. The earth gives it strength, and the root, like an ascetic in a cave, transforms it into an inner radiance. It doesn't race towards the sun, it becomes the sun from within. The harvesters know this moment, not by the calendar, but by the inner pulse of the plant, by the color of the stems. They dig into the earth with their hands, not with iron, so as not to wound. And then, from under the black crust, an outburst. A tender, fiery gold. It doesn't blind, it warms. In this moment, the harvester touches not a vegetable, but a secret. The secret of transforming darkness into light, earth into energy, rain into warmth. Part 2. Hands that shape legend. A cultural journey, and so this root falls into human hands. And a second, even more marvelous alchemy begins. In the hands of an Indian bride, it transforms into haldi paste. It is applied to the body of the future wife not only by the mother but by aunts, sisters, friends. It is a ritual of purification, but even more a ritual of connection. Every touch, every golden stroke is a blessing transferred from fingers to skin. The bride sits, covered in a mysterious golden pattern, like a statue of living solar metal. She is the goddess Lakshmi descended to earth, and the scent of turmeric, heavy and sacred, mingles with the scent of flowers and the flutter of anticipation. It is imprinted in memory forever as the scent of beginning, the scent of a new life's promise. In the hands of a Chinese doctor from the Tang era, the root becomes something else. He dries it, grinds it in a heavy stone mortar. This happens in a room where shelves hold lacquered boxes containing lingi mushrooms, goji berries, ginseng root. Here, turmeric is not a goddess, but a soldier. It is recorded with characters meaning to disperse stagnation, to open the path of blood. The doctor looks at it not as a symbol, but as a strategist who can bring order to the chaos of a sick body. In its scent, he hears not sanctity, but strength, determination, the spice of battle. In the hands of an Arab sailor standing on the deck of a dhow, turmeric becomes a commodity. It is packed into bales, carefully wrapped in palm leaves. It is part of the wealth sailing from Calicut to Mombasa. The sailor might chew a piece of the root against scurvy, but for him, it is primarily gold that doesn't clink. It smells not only of earth but also of distant shores, arrival, and the home he still needs to reach. In its scent is the creak of masts, the cries of seagulls, and the ocean abyss. In the hands of a medieval European artist, everything changes again. For him, Indian saffron is just dust, a cheap substitute for real saffron. He adds it to oil paint to get a bright yellow for the halo of a saint on an altar. He doesn't think of healing, he thinks of God, of light that must not fade. And limerick, unknown to him, obeys. It glows on the oak panel, sanctified by his intent. It becomes the light of God, unknowingly. Part 3. The ghost molecule. Between myth and microscope. And then a new era dawns. The era of electric light that banishes shadows. The era of the microscope that disassembles the world into particles. The golden root falls not into the hands of a shaman or an artist, but into the hands of a person in a white coat. It is placed not on a ritual altar but on a cold laboratory table. There is no room for legends here. Only facts, formulas, graphs. And then, under the lens, a wonder of a different order is revealed. A wonder no less astounding. The lab technician isolates a tiny stubborn molecule, curcumin, under the microscope. It looks like a tiny shield, an elegant sigil engraved by nature itself. It is not gold. It is transparent, but when a ray of light falls on it, it eclipses the surrounding world with an intense yellow glow. It is the ghost of color, the soul of yellowness. Scientists conduct experiments with it as with a mysterious alien, and it begins to reveal its abilities. They see how it, like an experienced diplomat, intervenes in the fierce disputes of cells, calming them. They see how it, like a knight, shields other molecules from invisible hostile attacks. They measure, record, marvel. This is no longer a myth. This is a quantum fairy tale. The ancients would have said this molecule has a strong spiritual force or good karma. Science says it has a modulating effect on the NF-κB pathway and increases the activity of antioxidant enzymes. But the essence is the same, a will to harmony. This tiny molecule is a fierce, steadfast fighter for balance, for peace in the universe of the cell. Part 4. The Dragon of Bioavailability and the Pepper Key. But every hero has a weakness. The Achilles heel of this golden warrior turned out to be its own pride, its perfection, its unique structure. It was too ideal to easily mix with the crowd. Imagine a noble samurai who finds himself in a dirty, noisy city. He cannot pass through the crowd. His noble manners are understood by no one. He gets lost in the maze of alleyways before he can reach the castle where his help is needed. So it is with curcumin. Entering our complex organism, it got lost. It was dismantled in the liver, unrecognized. It left the body without even beginning its work. Science met a dragon named Bioavailability, a dragon that devoured all hope. And then, when all seemed lost, an unexpected ally stepped onto the stage. Not a knight in shining armor, but a cunning, even somewhat roguish companion, Black Pepper. It did not try to fight the dragon. It approached it from the side. In Black Pepper, a small but genius molecule was found, piperine. It can be imagined as a master forger, a counterfeiter of universal scale. It forged passports. It grabbed our samurai curcumin and stuck an invisible label on his back. One of us, do not touch, let pass. It tricked the guard enzymes, blocked the gates leading to exile, and suddenly revelation, the samurai began to walk freely through the city. He reached the castle. His power grew not by pitiful percentages, but 20-fold, by 2000%. This is not a chemical reaction. This is friendship. An alliance forged not in a laboratory, but in the very same cauldrons where, thousands of years ago, the first curries were cooked. The human who first threw a black peppercorn into the fire along with the golden root was a genius. They were the first pharmacist, the first synergist. They felt this connection on the level of taste, smell, intuition. Science, only millennia later, deciphered the tattered scroll of their wisdom. Part 5. Symphony of Flavors. The Kitchen as a Temple. This friendship found its highest expression where not only molecules are born, but also joy. In the kitchen, imagine a large stone mortar in a South Indian home. In it, freshly roasted coriander seeds, mustard sprouts, dry red chili, pieces of coconut, and of course, large pieces of dried turmeric. The mortar is heavy, the pestle solid. A rhythm begins, deep, measured, like the beating heart of the house. Thump, 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 thump. This is not just grinding. This is an act of liberation. With each blow, imprisoned sun is released from the root. The aroma grows, becomes thick, tangible. Then the sizzle. On a heated tower skillet, mustard oil crackles. Fenugreek seeds are thrown in. They dance like mad bees. And then, that golden paste flies in. Contact, the sizzle grows into a loud, triumphant birdsong. This is the sound of flavor being born. This is the voice of turmeric finally meeting fire, its ancient lover and tormentor. The fire reveals it, forces it to open its embrace, to give everything it has. And then it appears curry, not just a dish, a galaxy. In it float planet vegetables, star pieces of meat, and the golden turmeric paste is the dark matter that holds it all together, the ether that fills the space. This is not food. This is cosmogony in a clay pot. Consuming it, you don't just eat, you swallow an entire universe. Epilogue, the golden thread in your hands. So what is turmeric? In the end, it is life insisting on light, even underground, in darkness. It is memory refusing to fade, even on stone walls, across millennia. It is a connection that hasn't broken, between the hands of a bride and the hands of a scientist, between a ritual fire and a Bunsen burner, between a fairy tale and a graph. It is tangible proof that the greatest wisdom often lies not in complexity, but in simplicity, not in synthesizing the new, but in recognizing the old, not in invention, but in remembrance. Imagine the bride covered in gold. Imagine the sailor inhaling its scent amidst ocean waves. Imagine the ghost molecule fighting for harmony inside you. You are holding in your hands not a spice. You are holding a golden thread of time. And every speck of it is a hint that we are not separate from the past, from nature, or from each other.